Local bicyclists will race across America.
Tomorrow you can help fuel their 3,000-mile trek while all supporting the families of fallen officers.
As they pack up the last of their gear, Derek Hill and teammate John Bergen are also gearing up mentally for Saturday.
We call ourselves racing against the machine.
The machine in this case, life.
The pair who call their team Race Against the Machine will have 9 days to finish, but say they are aiming to beat the record of just over 6 days. They'll race from California to Maryland.
It meanders through the Mojave Desert where temps can reach 120 degrees, then cools off in the Rockies before hitting the humidity and headwinds of the Midwest. It is a torture test of sorts that grinds away at the body over 7 grueling days.
So endurance racing for me started when I watched my sister run the Seattle Marathon. I was in my late 20s, looking for a challenge, and it really inspired me. I thought if she could do a marathon, so could I. So I started training, and one thing led to another. I was in the Bay Area at the time and did a 10K training run in Golden Gate Park. Heard these guys talk about a race called the Escape from Alcatraz. Went home, did a little research, said I can do that. I signed up for it on the spot and started training. The rest is history.
Is whatever it is about a bike, I love about a bike. I mean, I can remember waking Molly up back when we first got up to watch Tour de France, and back in the early 2000s, and at 3-4 o'clock in the morning to watch stage 17 because they're going up a mountain.
Where on a daily basis you're going out and preparing for all the different challenges that you're going to face in the race. And if you pass enough of the tests along the way, whatever that might be and however that might come up in your life, you're going to be ready to have a great experience and go surprise yourself in what you can accomplish in some of these events. And I just love that experience.
It began to dawn on me. I'm like, man, dude, I know you're suffering right now, but if we could come back and do this as a two-person thing, we could crush this. We could take this thing. This would be our race to lose. And
the interesting thing is it's obviously physical, but the mental and the emotional aspect is extremely important as well. And I've learned through all my events, almost 100 different events, that the smart racer is one that really manages their emotions and has a really smart mental game plan.
There was no doubt in my mind that we were going to do it and kill it. It was not about finishing. It was about how fast we were going to finish. Period.
Team Bergen Hill. A couple of American boys, these guys are hoping to do good things out there by setting the course. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck, guys.
So we were all really excited at the start line. The team's nervous, obviously, but really excited to get going. Everybody's kind of pumped up. John and Derek obviously pretty antsy, chomping at the bit to get started. And then as soon as we cross the starting line, the whole team realizes that there's 3,000 miles left of this race, and you know, anything can happen. We haven't even begun. And so the guys ride together for the first few miles, and then as soon as I think it is Derek gets in the van and the race actually begins, we run into tire trouble right off the bat.
S5. Rear. Yeah, but I had it closed before and it was still hissing, but I think we're good now.
Don't worry about the height. Don't. The last thing you want, if we're flat, we don't want to be taking it off.
Okay.
We just want to grab the wheel and go.
Got it.
Okay, thank you.
I just want to make sure I
It's hot out there. It's already hot. It makes a huge difference. There's a huge difference when you're riding in the heat and you have a tailwind, because you even though you're going faster, it's exponentially hotter and you get no cool down. And I'd rather have a tailwind going out there, but damn it, it's hot. Feeling good though. Hey, 41.5 is using his power marker.
Okay, so I'm gonna go 10 miles. Well, we're at 5.9 right now, so at 15.9, we're gonna attempt our trade-off here.
On what is it?
It's gonna be on State Route 76.
Hey, 7 miles, a right turn on State Route 76.
Yeah, we're at the base of Palomar Mountain. It's a gnarly climb. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon right now, or I don't know, about that time. 7-mile climb with like 7 or 8% gradient, so it's gonna be hot. And hopefully we can get these comms figured out and we'll crush our climb and stay ahead of everybody else.
So we're gonna go correct?
Am I riding with you guys or with these guys right now? With them? Then on this bike. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Yeah, no worries.
Go. Thank you.
I got this.
Don't worry about the back wheel.
Yeah.
X is all the way up in there. Bingo.
It's gonna be at that left, and then he'll top out, and we'll do the switch to the top, and then you're gonna bonk down the glass elevator.
Yep. So he'll hop off at Tenshaw. It's about 8 to 9 miles from it's about 8 miles from that point to the crest of Henshaw, or to the crest of the descent to the glass elevator. So I think that'll work out perfect for 2 more transitions. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. All right, man.
I do.
Thanks. So far, we're staying ahead of the 4- and 8-man teams. Don't expect that to last too much longer, but Lake Henshaw is at 57 miles, and we'll be there in about 15 minutes.
We're just trying to get the lights under control because you have to have them on 24 hours. So charging is of utmost importance. So front and back lights are going on. It's kind of been a challenge so far, but we're working on it.
guys see that semi coming down?
No, you beat us.
Okay, well there's a semi coming down that was blocking traffic for 4 or 5 cars. So I tuck into the shoulder. Probably we're going 45, 50 miles an hour. And then I come through, and then the German comes up next to me, passes me, really strong descender. Probably had 15 pounds on me. And so he and I stayed within 3 to 5 seconds of each other all the way down. And then we got to a flat section. So I dropped the hammer a little bit, passed him. So then we come into 2 Borrego, welcome to Borrego signs. And so Derek, you'll be happy. First team at Borrego.
Nice.
And then we took the right turn coming into town. He caught me, they switched riders, a fresh rider, and then we're off. So it's a damn oven out there. I think we're gonna have to go short pulls so we don't overheat it.
The descent down the glass elevator was pretty intense. John took off out of nowhere. Of course, they were in high gear. It was super stressful in the car because, you know, we have to keep an eye on the rider. It had been a very extremely stressful morning. I felt a little more pressure being the only one that knew in the vehicle what was going on and had previous experience. You know, I was trying to help the driver and the navigator go through exactly what we needed to be doing. We finally spotted John at the end, at the very bottom. He was hauling ass. We finally spotted him. We didn't have any communication, so that was out of luck as well. So finally we caught up to him in Borrego Springs, and it was a little load off our chest.
The guys are rolling along. It's 113 degrees. They're currently the number 1 2-man team. Don't show any signs of slowing down. Jay and I are having a fucking ball up here in the rig, and high adventure. Look forward to the next 5-6 days.
We are about 30 miles out of Brawley. It's about 115 degrees. Waiting on John here. He should be here in a couple minutes. Just trying to beat the heat right now.
Right here. Up here, wherever we can get off 5 feet. There's a natural pull-off or an intersection or anything. Okay. The next jam. As soon as we can pass him to where we can get off the road, let's do that. And then you guys direct follow me. Very much.
You're good. You're good. Hey, hi. Can you do me a big favor? Just throw some ice into that water bottle right there, the one right there. It's got Sprite in it.
I think Joe is already...
I was pretty wrecked after that last pull. So, 1,000 times better right now, though. I'm gonna get a McDonald's hamburger. About 5 miles and a vanilla milkshake. No whipped cream. Plain cheeseburger. Sprite. And I hit the spot.
It's about 7:30. Just left Brawley. Got the sun setting here. John's on his way. Derek's going to pull out for do another 30-minute, and we're going to head out. So we'll see you soon.
Coming to the close of day 1 here. It's about 9:30 at night. We're about 40 miles out of Light, California. We started out strong. I had a rough patch in the middle. Gave some McDonald's milkshake back on the side of John's van. Little dehydration, heat stroke. Working my way through it right now. I'm feeling better. Helps that the sun's down, not nearly as hot, and just kind of sipping on some fluids and slowly building back. 75-mile section, you know, from Flagstaff to the city is really fast.
Yeah.
Probably 3.5 hours.
Okay.
4 at the most. So, and
All right. So yeah, I mean, the others after that are still, because there's the next one, that 205 is at 6:16, and then 201 at 5:86.
So the first night was crazy. We were up for probably 24 hours at that point as a crew. It's really, really a long night at that point. The comms weren't working at all. So we had to yell out the window to both John and Derek. Both Miley and I had to yell out the window. It was frustrating for them, frustrating for us. They couldn't communicate with us. It was a rough night.
how you doing, Derek? That's good. That's so good. Hit your lips.
Takes some good
I'm doing good. Super stoked that we're hitting this climb at 7:16 in the morning, not 3:15 in the afternoon, when it's going to be 100+ degrees outside. It's a balmy 85 right now, and believe me, that's way better. John and I are doing mile-long poles to help keep our average speed up in this thing, and we kind of got that theory for the rest of the way to do all major climbs this way. That way we don't let one person just hang and suffer on a brutal climb. So kind of show the wealth a little bit and keep our speed up.
So you guys are hip to the plan?
Which plan?
John's riding the 4 miles to the climb, and then they're just gonna go rotate every other mile.
Every mile?
1 mile up. Yeah. So he's about go about 5 miles.
And
total,
so
and then
when we did that before, we just used this car.
They just jumped in, put the bike in, or put the bike on? Put the bike on? Every mile?
Yeah, you just do the front tire. Bam. And the guy just...
Yeah. Sun went down and we gained some strength. It was actually really nice. Temperature, I think, stayed in the 80s all night, but that was cool considering the day. And we rode really strong. We had awesome pulls, probably 6, 7, 8 really strong pulls back to back to back. So I think we put some good distance on the field. Now I gotta get through another hot day.
All right, so we are headed to time stop 7, which is in Prescott, Arizona. We just came through a pretty significant climb back there, and John's on the bike getting ready to transition here to Derek pretty soon. It's warming up.
somebody grabs the bike.
A little headwind.
Okay. Grab her up. Let's try that.
You could tell when the tire's going flat because you almost bounce a little bit. I look down and if you can see the sidewalls of your tire coming out, you know it's going flat. So I was like, God damn it. Let's throw my bike on the back of that rig and ask Joe to change my tire and grab the Cervelo and haul ass back down here wherever John's at. We'll pull right in front of him and I'll jump out on the Cervelo.
Hey, so we are in Prescott and just waiting for John to get down off this huge descent. We had a flat back tire here on Derek's bike, so he got the easy second half of the climb in the back of the expedition. So just getting this ready to go, and he's going to take off right here and start heading outside of Prescott.
Bike maintenance 101, got to do it.
Yep. Left on Willow Creek, right on Pioneer Parkway. All right, I'll see you guys. Sweet. Thanks, Keith. Take care, bro.
All right, hammer on.
Yep. It's fucking hot right now. This climb is brutal. The nice thing about this climb, though, is I believe, what I remember, is that once we get up a little bit higher, it's pretty overgrown, and so hopefully there'll be some shade up here. But man, it's gonna be tough climbing to Flagstaff. That is all exposed, and it is hot.
We're right here-ish.
Well,
We're right here-ish.
So we can pick up John and let Derek continue to pull this.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's pick up him at John's bottom of the hill, because I want to give us time to get shit situated before you get there. Does that make sense? Before you get to the 42 and pick up.
But what I'm saying
Derek.
is grab him before we have this turn.
Yes.
I mean, this is all
right at the
static.
So we got to get to about mile 25 to the descent. One of the coolest parts of this race is the descent into Cottonwood. You go through a town called Rerouting. It's a little cliffside town. Takes you to Europe. It's very cool. So definitely one of the cooler descents of the race. It's really tough riding right now. Climbing into a headwind, 100 degrees. Fun.
Jerome, Arizona. Here we are, population 5,000. Old mining town. I don't know what they do here now.
You want me to go to the 2 mile thing?
No, I'll go. I just have to take a few.
Yeah, it's like 2 miles.
Yeah,
42.
it's only 2 miles.
We're at 39.
Okay, where do I go to get there? Just keep going down the road?
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck, I'll do that.
Yeah. A long descent, nice 12.5 mile. Screaming fast downhill descent. We dropped from about 7,000 feet to about 3,000 feet, and it's like dropping into an oven. Got really, really hot.
Well, I'm in your car now.
But it was fun.
Hey guys, we're in a transition right now. Joe and I are just getting back on shift to go for another 12 hours. Had a good 3-hour sleep last night, so we're raring to go. Hopefully we can provide some good energy for the guys and get them a good happy Father's Day. So
I'm out, back on the road. Watch some dudes riding the bikes. What a race! Break a record.
We're heading out, man. We're gonna go try to get some rest, recover, get ready, turn it over to Team Alpha, and we'll pick it up, I guess, around midnight tonight. Back on it.
How you feeling?
Good. I'm tired. Does he have the sensor on his? Oh, you got it. Okay. You put it on. Okay.
Shoot. Unbelievable.
Oh man.
It was so fucking hot. Yeah. We had to do. It wasn't even really that steep. But it was so hot that we ended up doing mile poles just to get out of the fucking heat.
Yeah. I mean, the others after that are still, because there's the next one, that 205 is at 6:16, and then 201 at.
So after kind of a nightmarish first night, with all aspects that was, we got into this second night, and it was an extremely, extremely tough ride during this time. But having those consistent comms and starting to understand what each rider needed to hear, Derek wanted to chit chat about who knows what, everything under the sun, and John wanted stats on where the next riders were and how far they needed and how many miles. We really started to get the hang of it, and I think, at least for the crew, that made it a lot more enjoyable as we were starting to kind of master what this night ride looked like. And then we came into Monument Valley, and we had this just incredible moment with the sunrise. And Derek and I, you know, we had this moment to be able to communicate about what we were experiencing, and it was absolutely gorgeous. Couldn't have been any better. And from that point forward, we had nicknamed Crew B the Sunrise Crew.
Okay, Derek, so you're gonna take a right at the stop sign to stay on SR 162 East towards Montezuma Creek, and then it's an immediate left to stay on 162 East.
So we just went through Montezuma Creek, Utah. We're about 50 miles, give or take, from Cortez, Colorado. So making a quick stop in Utah, and then on our way to Colorado, and then we get to climb the Rockies. So it should be fun and painful at the same time.
48 miles left. I'll put in 24. Go up, take a shower. You put in the last 24. Then when you get there, I'll head and you can take a shower.
You're just gonna stay straight through here for quite a while. He was just race and come back around, and then we'll just keep watching John. We'll get him to the point that he was supposed to, but you guys should be able to get. He's
yeah, he'll get back
here. You guys will get back here in time.
4 more miles.
Four.
That is.
All right, we're heading into Cortez, Colorado, and it's definitely getting a lot harder and hotter. Derek's taking a really long pull right now of about 29 miles to get him in. His prize is going to be a shower when he gets into Cortez, so I'm sure he's going pretty fast right now. Yes, I'm just calling in time station for team 204.
204, okay.
We're at time station 14.
Okay, Cortez.
Yes.
And what's the name of the team?
Team Bergen Hill.
Yeah, so we're at time station 14. About to get Derek off and get John back on course. We picked up some Starbucks, some McDonald's pancakes. hash browns, all kinds of goodies, good road food. They're getting ready to go. Momentum is really good. These guys are feeling really strong. John just got a shower, so he's feeling good to go. We're gonna get Derek off, try to get him showered up. It's exciting. It's exciting. This day just gets better and better, doesn't it?
This feels fantastic. Feels like I haven't had a shower in months.
This helps give support. It also helps provide circulation and nutrition to the muscles by kind of lifting the skin so it can glide a little bit better.
Yeah, the
Or the one that you're doing? Yeah, sorry. So you'll be picking up right about here.
Got the guys showered up. We actually managed transition where they could get cleaned up so they're no longer riding dirty. They're doing some big climbing, so they're gonna get dirty all over again real fast, but that's the name of the game. I think they're feeling good. About to pull John off, get Derek on. Make our way into Durango.
Get out of the Rockies and then dump into the flat part of Colorado. I look forward to the flat part of Colorado. The hilly part of Colorado is beautiful, but the flat part of Colorado is... I wish we were there right now.
We are officially in the Rockies, about 20 miles out of Durango. Just finished the first 22-mile pull out of Cortez. Another hot day. Garmin says a little over 100. Probably not quite that hot, but some serious climbing.
Oh, we're in the middle of nowhere, Colorado, on our way to Durango, and the cell reception is miserable here. But it's all right. We're making it happen. So once we get to Durango, then we're going to switch out the crews. John will get his bike switched out, and we will switch the crews out there, and we're going to head up a couple hundred miles, get some sleep, wait for the next crew to come in, and we'll be well over 1,000 miles at that point. So we're looking great.
Water.
There's a banana randomly in the front seat, but it's only because Josh.
Hey guys.
Hi guys.
I'll put these bags up here for you guys. You guys, what you want with me?
Right, you might want to make sure that the batteries are fresh.
So is it starting to get dim?
We can't tell because it's daytime, but we just know we know that they ran light that first night.
It's 3 o'clock right now. We're not going to hit Wolf Creek Pass until probably 8 or 9 o'clock at night. Well, it is what it is, but it would have been kind of cool to have it.
Yeah, Alpha Crew's taking over. We're gonna go get some rest, some grub. Peace out.
It's a party! Yes, she did.
So Wolf Creek Pass is one of my favorite parts of the race, mainly because I don't have to ride it. It's just a really long, sustained climb. It knocks a lot of people off. It's, depending on what the weather's like when you get there, it can be pretty challenging. John and Derek absolutely killed it. We had a pretty good formula going back and forth, swapping riders pretty often. You get to the top, and the guys were just ecstatic, and you get to take a nice memorial photo at the Continental Divide, and then the Iceman just crushed a massive descent afterwards, and just on with the rest of the race after that.
So it's about 1 o'clock in the morning, and we are in a little town called Levita, where we got to sleep in some fantastically wonderful beds for about 4 hours. And we're just waiting for these guys to come down this little teeny tiny road into Levita, and they're gonna take a right, and then we're gonna catch up with them, do a crew change.
Later. Can't. This is just what we've added to the list so far. I'll print out the route changes when we get to the hotel.
Yeah,
perfect. Perfect.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll have one.
Yeah.
Driving
at night. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. All right. Be safe, guys.
Rock on, guys.
All right. See ya.
How was the film? Hey, so
babe.
it's about 17 miles.
My ass feels good.
How's Wolf Creek Pass?
That was a hard climb.
Yeah.
It was way harder than what I remember when I was. We drove it last time, but
Yeah.
the gradient is it goes the entire way.
So we were just talking about the stages for today. We've got some significant downhills after this next climb. They've been in the Rockies for a while, so should get to watch them fly for a while downhill. It'll be fun.
So is it?
Do not make the left on Main.
Don't make the left on Main. Is that correct? Is that what you're saying? Okay. Cross that out.
Do what instead?
It's closed. Okay. And instead, go one more block.
You're around that real quick.
Okay.
All
Perfect.
right,
Thank you very much.
We're just about there.
All right, you're welcome.
Thanks.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. So that was nice. So the headquarters just called us. There's a street up here, Main Street in Trinidad is closed, and that's our route. So they just called us to reroute us, which is perfect because we're going to be there in about a mile. Otherwise, we'd have had to figure out how to get back over there. So fantastic.
They don't know what I'm doing. On my phone. I'm going to be with you guys.
He's good at it.
How far are you going?
Just get in the van.
I'll do 25, I think. Or what?
So it's 27 or 23. So let's say 27.
I'll do
27.
But we have a good plan. We have time for you.
Go down 4 blocks and then turn left back onto Main Street. So turn right out of here.
Okay. Go down to First.
Go down to First.
Take a left.
Main Street. Take
The
First.
road's gonna
Take
suck
left.
for a while.
4 blocks. Take another left. Get back on Main Street, and that's we're on the course.
Okay, so down, left on
on
First,
First.
down 4 blocks,
Left
left
on
on
Maple.
Main, and Maple.
Maple. And back
Down
on Main.
Main.
Or 25.
Okay. 25.
How's it going? RAAM crew, day number, what is this, 5? 4? 4, day number 4. So we're on our way to Kim, Colorado, which is about one segment from the Kansas border. So we're getting there, we're almost to Kansas, and it's going to be nice and flat and hopefully not too windy.
Mileage.
You can hear Molly in the background telling John all the mileage of what's going on and where we're at with the other teams.
So 200 miles.
Right now we're way ahead of a bunch of two-man teams, and we're checking out some 4 and 8 person teams, so we're doing awesome.
Shortchanged me on 2.5 miles, baby. Eric, don't go yet. Really fast.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I was effortlessly 28, 30 miles an hour.
Okay.
Okay, man, go get him.
Yep.
As of this morning, sounds like we're up 200 miles on second place. So, and we're approaching a pretty fast section, so I would imagine we'll stretch it out.
So we are rolling through the high plains of Colorado, Comanche National Grasslands. It's beautiful. It's real stark, real simple landscape compared to all the big mountain stuff we've seen. It's incredibly gorgeous, and there's a monster tailwind that John and Derek have right now, so they are flying through this place. I'm gonna hop out and try to get John's chain cleaned up so he can get a few extra miles an hour. Check that out.
Well, they're not shipping.
It's like they're riding through mud. A lot of this is probably dust from the Navajo Nation in Utah.
Where does the front derailleur
We've been brought it across a few states. We're gonna get it off now. As best we can. So we get some real cleaners.
We are very close to Kansas. We're gonna, we'll probably be in Kansas within the next hour or 2 hours. So I think we're gonna bank up here, and then of course we'll bank hard east, and then that is gonna drop us into Kansas after 20-30 miles. So we'll be in cornfields very soon, bro.
Probably went out at...
How do your feet feel? They're starting to hurt a little bit. Don't feel better after I get them out of the shoes for a bit.
So it's looking like we may run into some thunderstorms through Kansas tonight. Not exactly sure what that means because we haven't heard from race headquarters yet, but I'm sure we will find out.
Out in Kansas, middle of Kansas somewhere, headed toward Wichita. Doing a crew change just past Ulysses, and we got some storms rolling in. Looks like from the north, and Bergen's on the bike right now hauling ass.
Okay, it's starting to hail, okay?
The lightning storm in Colorado was extreme. Lindsay and I remember we were in a gas station, just standing outside of the van, and a lightning bolt struck literally 50 feet away from us in a driveway, and it ricocheted off the ground. You could feel the energy down to your bones. I'd never felt that power before. It scared the shit out of me. We both jumped like little schoolgirls and ran into the van to take cover. And then, of course, all of us jumped out and started videotaping it, which was the stupidest thing to do. But then it dawned on me, you know, our boys are riding in this lightning storm. I had never felt so much terror for them. I had never seen a lightning storm like this in my life, so I was really frightened for the guys, and I'm so thankful that nothing happened to them.
Hi there, just calling in a time station for Team 204, Team Bergen Hill.
Yes, ma'am.
We are at time station 28 in El Dorado.
Perfect.
Time is 7:31.
All right, you'll do 35. Got it.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just going 30 this time.
Okay.
Hello. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going.
So John's he's developing a couple of saddle sores apparently, and so he's using a towel at the moment. We're talk to Joe about going to get some like neoprene or rubber to stick either in between two pairs of shorts or in between that towel and his bike shorts right now. So he's got to go find something like that to help alleviate some of the stress.
Set up. We're doing 20-mile runs now. It's getting hot. It's starting to get rolly. So these guys are going to try to pace themselves a little bit differently today. Stretch it out. Try to get rested up in between. Keep heading east.
Garbage. We had the Sandwich Ninja Lisa at the El Dorado Springs subway off of Route 54, and she got us in and out of there in like less than 20 minutes, which was amazing. And we have 7 custom sandwiches. Everyone.
Another 90 degrees out there.
It should just feel like a buzz, but it shouldn't really be twitching. That's too much. Turn it down.
Revolution Bicycle Shop.
That's Jefferson.
Okay.
Jefferson City. So we're gonna finish Camdenton here.
Yeah.
And then Jefferson City is your next stage.
Sweet. Okay.
Physically, I feel fine. Like from a strength standpoint and all that. Health, I feel great. It's just saddle sore issues. You know. Yeah. You know, I ride bikes all the time, but I just don't ride them this far.
How you doing?
I'm good. It's hot. We're gonna go to the next time station and get the propane fix so we can get some AC in there so we can cool off the riders and the team. Make it a smooth day.
and it goes from like 600 feet to 900 feet, just up and down, 6 to 9.
Are those the two biggest climbs?
Yeah. Yeah, it's all kinds of short spikes.
We are headed into time stop 33 in Jefferson City, Missouri. It is a thriving metropolis, and we just might find some gourmet victuals to put in our bellies.
I think it'll help if we don't have 30-mile pulls. Being on the bike for more than 20. I mean, it's gonna suck.
Yeah.
It's a trade-off. You know, the recovery's nice with long pulls when you're not on the bike.
Sure.
But the last 10 miles, I was exponentially suffering in the crotch.
Okay.
Because the pressure just builds, you know?
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. I mean,
Yes, we're. Yep. Yep, got it.
Great.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
It's time for that one to go, huh? That's why I can't click my shoe into the... Almost. I didn't think I would have this much pain downstairs as I do right now. Other than that, it's going. You know, I knew I was going to be tired. We were hoping we were going to be competing for the record. We're in both those two positions right now, but downstairs is the X factor, so we'll get that settled and finish out the race.
5 miles to the route. So this left goes away, and we're bypassing this street, and it drops down into these instructions. It's going to be really critical that you connect with Joe and Jason.
I'm pretty wrecked, bro. I'm not feeling very good. Intensity is so different. We rode so hard so early for so long. It's really paying the price now. I'm gonna shower and go sleep for about 20 hours.
So at this point in the race, sleep deprivation is kicking in big time. For the crew, for John and Derek, tensions are running high. And it's hot, it's really, really hot out. You know, the AC in the van isn't working. They're getting saddle sores. It's crazy. We got to build special seats for them. It's not good.
I am inserting the route changes that this great group at this time station printed out for us. So we're ready to go. We don't have to try and figure them out on our phones.
Front wheel on Derek's tri-bike. We're having some flats, and thought we had it fixed, but it's still flat, so there's another issue. There's an inner tube or something. We're gonna scramble, figure out. Derek's gonna stay on his road bike for a while, and we're gonna keep rolling down the road. Try to get that thing fixed so we can get back on and pick up a few extra miles per hour. So.
There might be some construction coming up here in a little bit. Just remember I think it's okay. So we are in Illinois and just got in, and We had a little bit of a delay on a transition, so John's just riding up ahead. We've got Derek in the car, so we're gonna bring him up to John and we'll drop John off and the van will come pick him up. Yeah, just go straight. So we're not trying to get on 40 here. We're gonna go straight and then we'll join up with it in a little bit. Yes, just calling in a time station for Team 204.
Team 204, okay.
Yep. I'm Team Bergen Hill. We're at time station 36.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we after a rough night, the record is no longer feasible, doable, which is fine. It's disappointing, but you know, it is what it is. One of the other stated goals John and I always had was finish under 7 days. That is something that is definitely still in the books. It's going to be difficult, but you know, we certainly can do it. We've got to average 17.5 miles an hour, roughly, give or take that, over the next 900 and some odd miles. So we've got a work cut out for us, but I definitely think we can beat that goal. And the good thing is that if we do come in right around that time, it puts us in the afternoon on Saturday, which is just prime time drinking beer hours. So that puts a smile on my face.
There's a couple little rollers at the end, but that's about it, man. I mean, the elevation gain is about 100 feet.
Yep, okay.
So you're good. So Ursula and Jen and Matt were able to cut up another foam pad for John's bike seat. So he's obviously got some saddle issues after traveling over 2,000 miles.
All right, 15 from here. Let's do it.
Oh my god, okay, let me just make...
They're going to have to stop. Somebody can go, the runner vehicle can bring it up to us.
Okay.
Because I'm going to get duty.
Okay.
Yeah, got a handful of states to finish up here, and we'll get these guys into Maryland, get them to the finish line, through that nice arch, and celebrate.
You guys are gonna support Derek?
There's a whole lot of turns coming up, and we don't have any way to communicate with Derek. They've got all the comms.
Yeah. So you should be good. The other one that was on mine is charging right there. The one that's on John's needs to go on the charger.
Hey, buddy, ready? Turn to right.
All right, bro. We got work to do. Let's get it done. Okay, come on. We got a lot of work. Let's go.
Check in. So I know that through these first two stages it's supposed to rain quite a bit. We were watching that this morning. You're going to be making another right at a traffic light. It should be right here. This is the left.
Dude, the weather sucks, but at least we got a tailwind, so let's use it. Okay.
I'm tired. I want to finish this. It's pouring down rain. And I don't know if I mentioned I'm tired. And I want to finish this.
Hit it. Let's get 1 mile up the climb.
Yeah.
When it's warm rain like this, it's actually not bad. Back home when it rains, it's brutal because it freezes you out. But out here, it's 80 degrees and it's raining and you just keep riding. But the problem with our situation is we're kind of chafed. We got hot spots and gets your clothes wet and makes everything kind of feel like sandpaper. So it's not good. That rear wheel's locking up like we were talking about. So I called ahead of time, they're expecting it. Molly heard the conversation, she'll help you.
Mile mark, if you look at them, a lot of these climbs are they're relatively short climbs. They're, half mile long climbs and under, but they're just really, really steep. They're, there'll be 600-foot climb in, a quarter of a mile.
Hello, it's Jen.
Hey, Jen, we've got a bike issue happening.
Uh-oh.
So
okay.
Here's what we need you to do. If you can just wait to get to, you're not at Athens yet, right?
We just got here. I mean, we just drove under Bridge St. City back.
Yeah, bike issue.
You need to stop, and you're gonna have some time to be able to go and do those things. If you can stop at a gas station, you can get the gas.
It's a black Cervelo S5. So I don't know what the deal is. The rear wheel, it's grabbing. If I'm climbing, it'll just the brake will automatically grab. It under no stress, you can even kind of hear it's rubbing all over the place. And then
This is the hardest stage.
I know, that's why.
Yeah, and so if he makes it through this stage with that bike, then every other stage after this will be easy, and we can make it through it.
Yeah, you can't have a bike that's seizing up and not going up hills.
Right. Tell him you're going to go the first 20 miles because that's when the climbing starts after 20 miles. Then I'm going to take over at mile 20, and we're going to rotate every 5 miles from there until we finish this thing.
Okay.
Straight.
Good, man. A little bit of chaos there. Had to get a bike fixed, which miraculously this great shop back in town cranked out for us. Really great team at Athens Bike Shop. Really hooked us up. Even got some sandwiches while they were fixing the bikes. We're back on course, doing well.
Follow what, John?
I got it.
Okay, it's okay.
So about this time, we were about 2/3 of the way through, and the night crew had turned into the day crew at this time. And we had been dealing with such extreme heat for so many days that it was nice to start to see a little bit of change in the temperature. With that change in temperature came some rain, and then more rain, and then a lot of rain. I think it started as welcome for John and Derek in that it was a little bit of relief from a temperature standpoint, but we really had absolutely no idea what was to come.
Aaron Burby, are you stopping? Next, Derek, you're going to be making a left at a...
No, copy.
I have have a little bit
Roger,
too, but
Roger.
he'll.
Roger. Tell him banger banger.
Okay, so D, I'm not seeing it clear.
Lord.
Hey Joe. Jay, so I was gonna go out and do an extended pull for 10 or 15 miles and see what happened. Derek's saying since he's already soaked to the bone, it makes more sense for him to do that. And we'll just kind of play by ear. Are you getting any data that says we should do something different?
The guy from that other team told us that there's a BP station just up the road here to our, I guess, left right now. So we're going to drive up there. The guys will just try to get some rest while we're waiting, and we're gonna wait to hear back from RAAM headquarters to see how they want us to handle it.
Okay.
All right. So they want us to. You guys can both stay in the car. We're gonna drive back to the 50, and then we can head northeast on the 50, and we take Northwest Turnpike, which will reconnect us to 98, and then you guys can get back on 98 there and start riding again. So the road goes up this way?
Yeah.
Really?
So so you're gonna get back on the 50
Okay.
to that point.
Okay, so we'll drive on the 50 east, and we'll take a right on East Pike Street. So in typical RAAM fashion, we hit some crazy weather in West Virginia. Tornado warning, which I've never encountered before. Which, the guys are just getting pounded with rain, soaked to the bone. They're choosing to take longer pulls because they know one of them's dry, and since I'm wet, I might as well just stay wet and ride a little bit longer. So on the course, we ended up getting kind of rerouted because there is a couple of trees. There was a tree down across the course and some power lines to follow. So they reroute us and get stopped during that reroute and turned around. And RAAM headquarters sent us to a gas station to kind of sit and wait for the outcome, which was helpful because the guys got to sleep a little bit, which in turn ended up kind of hurting everything because, tired, groggy, don't feel like getting up, soaking wet, just kind of a melancholy strike on our team. And, that was one of the kind of a mental hurdle for everybody to get over because it feels like the most miserable day of your life, I think. But in typical Derek and John fashion, they overcame and just pushed on through the elements and very successful.
So right now we're in West Virginia. in the Appalachians, and we're doing climbs that are like 8%. They're huge, man. And they've done about 8 of them over the last couple of hours. They're going to be wiped out, but at least the next stage is going to be a little bit more downhill and hopefully flat for probably the next hour at least. But man, it's been rough. But we're closing on the finish. Pennsylvania somewhere. We're almost to our next time station. We're getting close. We got about 25 miles, I think, to Gettysburg, so it's gonna be fun.
Long time. Oh, my goodness.
Go say bye to Aunt Lola. Come on, buddy. Over there.
Awesome.
Do you want them in?
Thank you, guys.
Go say bye to
Sprinter?
Yes.
We are headed to mile 22 to catch up with Derek and the follow vehicle. He's getting out of water. They didn't stock him well enough because they were doing shorter pulls when they got set up originally, so gotta go get him hydrated.
Feeling like we got about one more serious stage to go. And then there's a small 15-mile stage where they combine the last 2 sections of checkpoint 54 and 55 together. So Derek's coming in hot, and I'm gonna go out and take the lead for this stage. We'll join about halfway in, and then we'll finish this thing up in a couple hours.
How you doing, guys? Look like you're about to fall over. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm super proud of them. They've been doing amazing. It's been quite a journey. Lots of highs, crazy stressful moments of their safety, which I will never want to relive, but thank God they're safe.
So we have, I think, 40 miles left, not even, 40 miles left, and then we go have a beer. I'm really excited. I'm really excited.
John and I guess they're just gonna get on their bikes and finish, ride the rest of it together.
Thank you so much. I love you too. Thank you so much.
Yeah. That's a wrap. Over 3,100 miles, I think, with all the detours and different updated route changes. So it was a long one this year, but in a lot of ways, you know, extremely rewarding, and there will be stories forever from this one too. And you got all of them on your camera.
America. Who's number one?
3,070 miles, incredible ride by this mare. John Vernon put in a great performance as a solo racer a couple of years ago back on a two-man team.
Yes, he did. Hi, baby.
Hey! Good to see you.
Your daddy won.
Mr. Vernon, good to see you.
You too. Good to be back.
Go in there. You got one more.
Why do we have an eggplant in here?
Oh, hilarious. You haven't seen this yet. To stay on 162 East. Toward Aneth.
You can't do it? Come on! You just did it perfectly.
Aneth.
Aneth?
You're in my ears at the moment. It's a balmy 76 degrees. We are all rested at 3:07 in the morning.
Don't go 40 miles, dude. Go 30. Let's just keep this.
Yeah, I'm just going 30 this time.
Go get him.
That was the chick that I almost puked on.
Hey! Check out that rainbow! To the left! This weather sucks after you, but it's pretty fucking beautiful out here.
Yeah,
That was one of the coolest lighting strikes I've ever seen in my life.
I've got it on GoPro.
How'd that feel?
I'd really like to get naked right now and just do my own body, but that felt really good.
Buck me. They
I was taking a dump, a big one. And I took it, I was going to take it behind the camper van, but some guy decided to drive down that road at the last minute, so luckily I wasn't in the process, and I wasn't beyond the point of no return. And then I had to climb into the camper van and finish the process in there, so.
Swap out with John right now. He's working 22, and then he really has to go to the bathroom, so to this.
And the Seahawks win the Super Bowl!
I got mini smart. Have you ever tried those? Okay, so I got those for late night for when we start talking food again.
Oh, yeah.
I know. And watermelons, and they only had this size and regular.
Why it's what makes it
I have a fucking PhD in bugology, so fuck it.
Yeah.
Chalk,
There's way too many good breweries around here to continue on with this mess.
Yes. So.
Ooh, that was almost a poop. We're in Maryland, right? Maryland or Pennsylvania? I don't know. Doesn't matter at this point in time. They're all fucking close together.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Go get him, brother!
Tired, I just want to go home. I want to drink a beer is what I want to do.
What? Want some wings? Want some nachos?
Exhausted, ready to be D-O-N-E.
I feel really good, but I had 6 hours. I'm starting to lose faith in my navigator. Hey, so sorry.
We did make coffee. I would say it would be nice to turn on for about 5-10 minutes just to cool it off back there, and then to turn the fan on. But we don't spice them down there. You're gonna start sweating your ass off if you go back there with that AC on. So we're gonna
Tailwind.
Pretty beautiful out here, huh? Yeah.
To pee so bad, I want to cry. Being in the follow vehicle sucks sometimes as a woman.
I'm tired. I want to finish this. It's pouring down rain. And I don't know if I mentioned I'm tired. And I want to finish this.